Ooh, welcome to Church Call Confession. Look, the fans is in the back.
I know. And the confession is, it's hot.
Yeah,
We're going prepared.
yeah, we bring our fans with us. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's going down.
That's right. Just in case.
Just in case.
You always want to be ready.
AC's not working. We got the fans light you up, baby. Keep it cool so you don't drool. Oh man.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, it's been a good weekend. How was it? How was it for you?
Oh my gosh, it's been amazing. Like, I'm a cheery person, but I really enjoyed July's 5th birthday party yesterday. Just being around that energy of the little people and just everybody just coming together to celebrate. It was fun.
Yeah, I had a good time.
Mm-hmm. Mix and mingle with the Thomas, the Thomas family and your in-law, forgot her last name, Mrs.
Nelson.
Nelson. Yes, it was just nice getting to know everybody. So, um, the highlight for me though was the kids had a popcorn station. I can't eat popcorn, but when I say they had some great toppings, chocolate chips, Oreos, sprinkles, little salt things, little cinnamon stuff. It's like, cool. I was like, if I could eat popcorn, this would be great. But I thought it was a great idea in light of the heat, And then she had little snow cones. It was just really nice. She did a good job.
Yeah, Janae had it going on with the whole Barbie theme, pink everything.
Yep. Your sister made labels for everything. Little bags of chips and stuff.
Popcorn. Yeah, it was very impressive.
Wow.
I told them to start a business, party in a box. Hit my sister up. She was, shoo. My sister and my daughter, one phone call from them, you don't have to do anything. And it's going to be extravagant.
Yes.
Extravaganza.
It was an extravaganza.
Then Friday, we went out to eat.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome, too.
Yeah, 2 new places for us.
Yeah, that was awesome. I think that's the first time I've been in a Michelin rated restaurant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Twisted Soul Courthouse.
And it's amazing how, at this age, like I never knew how the food review rating system really came about. But then when I heard the story of the Michelin rating system, I was like, wow, I think I saw it online. See, that's the advantage of the internet. You find out things that, you never, you just go around star, 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 star.
Yeah.
But I never really knew why it came about, how it came about. So hearing that story and then actually talking to them, walking into it, not knowing that it was a Michelin rated restaurant and getting in there and actually seeing it on the menu, we're walking in. I'm like, yeah, have you ever heard of that? He's like, yeah. We go in and boom, bow, and the waiter, Corey, that was his name, Corey.
Corey was phenomenal. Just he knew everything about the menu, but more than that, he knew about food. And he knew about the Michelin ratings, other restaurants that were rated. And, you ask somebody about something on the menu, they don't have an opinion. He had an opinion without being ever negative. He said, well, this is better than this. If you asked me about this, I would, recommend this. So if we didn't ask about it, he said, yeah, but if you asked me about the snapper, I would recommend the snapper. Okay, well, that was enough for me to say, I'm getting a snapper. It did not disappoint. Cooked perfectly, seasoned perfectly, not overly sauced, and then just the way she puts everything together is just different from what you can see in other restaurants. And when we read in the Michelin that it has to do with the chef's personality, I can see that.
Yeah.
You can feel the love in the food.
Yeah. You could that definitely came across, and actually experiencing that and then actually going back to read, like, okay, well, what is it about the Michelin rating system?
Mm-hmm.
And to hear how, their criteria on how they rate restaurants and the fact that the chef's personality is part of the rating.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you know what? I can say I experienced that.
Yeah.
I thought it was, everybody's personality, whether it was our waiter or the other ones that were around.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, anybody you ask anything, they had a very nice demeanor to them, so yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
How the food actually disappeared in your mouth.
Oh my gosh, the first it was like a samosa, but it had salmon, some sort of pureed salmon on the inside of it, and it was just like you put it on your tongue and it just melted. It's like, oh, this is like a samosa I've never had. It was so good, so incredibly good. And when he said she just whipped it up after lunch,
Yeah,
she just whipped it up.
Just whipped it up,
It was impressive.
Yeah, it's very impressive.
Very impressive. And customer experience.
Yeah. And the decor, and that's not part of the rating system, but the decor was phenomenal. Real laid back, cool vibe, perfect for a date night. Ours was like, I guess it was like a date night business meeting.
Yes.
First time meeting his wife.
Together.
Together. Yeah. And just communicating with them about the food because they had never been there either.
And they're foodies.
Yeah. So I actually really, really enjoyed that. I really, really enjoyed that. I felt like we had a very similar way that we articulated and talked about food as we were eating. So it was a conversation as opposed to, what do you think about this?
Yes.
We just talking and it's like, oh yeah, this is good.
Like when Petal bit into the egg with the fried crispy chicken skin on top.
Skins.
She was just like, it was just like decadent on your tongue. Like when she went into just explaining how creamy it was. And like I said, it was just a wonderful experience to have dinner with another couple who are foodies and who can articulate what they're tasting and appreciate. Like if it was something we didn't like, either way, we were able to.
Well, we didn't experience that.
Yeah.
So how can you say that?
Well, I'm saying if there's something we didn't like, we could experience.
But we didn't experience that.
Anything that we didn't like.
Right. So how can you know what you would do or say about experiencing something you didn't like if you didn't experience anything you didn't like?
Well, I was going to say, if there is something we didn't like, we could articulate it like that bubble. Well, we'll get to the next restaurant when we have 2 seconds.
Okay.
With the drinks. But it was just.
Oh, that's what you talk about. You didn't like the next restaurant?
The mango.
The
I like
the
tea house. That mango drink was a little mango-y for me.
Oh, okay.
But we'll get back to that. And then this was my favorite. Like we closed the restaurant out, but they didn't kick us out. You know what I mean? Like they let us just sit there and talk and talk and talk. And they were closed.
It was closed at 10. It was 10:30. We said that.
And we're sitting there talking, but they never said, what do they say at church sometimes, or when you had a party or somewhere?
Hit the lights.
Yeah.
You
ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. They never gave us that feeling. It was just a really warm experience. I would go back there, and I definitely would recommend them. And
so,
they have
what would you rate it as far as date night experience? Oh, because that's really kind of what we're more into, the date night experience. And what would you call it if it's like you're going out with friends? What is that experience called? Is that couples date night?
Yeah.
Okay. So couples date night. So what would you rate it as far as couples date night experience?
Out of 10?
No, 5.
5. I'd give it a 5.
Okay.
Was not noisy. You could talk. You were close enough, but how some tables are so wide. You're hey, what you doing over there? But very intimate setting. Very comfortable. See around. Yeah, I like it. I would give it a 10 in terms of, a 5. 5 out of 5.
Okay, so what about the next place we went to?
Whew. Now that was just an experience for me altogether. It was called Moje Tea. Moje Tea. And so they specialize in teas. I believe Japanese teas. And they have foam teas, frozen teas, iced teas, bubble teas,
Hot teas,
hot
cold
teas.
teas,
Yeah, all kinds of
up
teas.
teas, down teas, smooth teas, get your life back teas.
Yeah, and then not to get the food, leave the food out. They have food too.
We didn't experience food, so we really can't talk about food.
But I'm just letting people know they have food if you want to go there. You can eat there as well.
Tea to the left. No, tea to the right.
Food to the left.
Food to the left. So
we opted for, I thought we got the same type of tea, just different flavors. But mine was more frozen, thicky, and it was a mango. And it was a little bit too thick and mango-y. Sam, on the other hand, had a great black green tea.
Black grape tea.
Yeah, black grape tea. And it was delicious. You could see the little specks of grapes in there, and you can see the specks of mango in mine as well.
Yours had bits of mango.
It did.
As you were sucking it through that big straw, you had chunks of mango come through.
Mm-hmm. It was good. It was just a little bit too mango-y to me, but it was a different experience because we were near Georgia Tech, and these students were pouring in there like it was 8 o'clock at night. And it was what, midnight?
Yeah.
Approaching midnight. I'm like, how y'all still up? Like, but I had to think back to when I was in college.
Yeah, that's prime time for them.
Yeah, yeah. And the place was busy. And when we first got there, most of the tables were taken.
Yeah.
But it was different. And Petal mentioned another tea place, and I can't recall the name, but she said there's some others that are a little different from that we might would experience a little bit better because they had what they didn't have that we needed was dairy-free option for the cream because they had a creme brulee one I wanted to taste, but they didn't have any dairy-free.
Yeah, tea houses. We have to get with them and to go around and experience some tea houses because that was a really good experience.
Yeah, and I would like to experience another one. You know, because I'm going to be honest, I was not familiar with what they were or that they even existed. I'm used to like a regular coffee tea house, you know, an our way of coffee and tea and crumpets. But this was a whole different experience with just a mirage of teas, like so many different teas. It was probably at least 50 teas on that menu. It was impressive. Well, we made it to church.
We are here.
And we're not late.
Yeah, about special assignment today. So in the meantime, in between time, stay up. Peace. We out.
We out.